Is Steph Curry a top 10 player in NBA history? Recently, this conversation has been trending on all platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. And in this video, I'm just going to break down my thoughts on it. And honestly, I think I've come down to the truth. It's factually supported, and honestly, it just makes intuitive sense that yes, Steph Curry is a top 10 player in NBA history, but he might also be warranted a spot above that. Potentially top 5. Now, before you start hating, disliking the video, leaving hate comments, let me just break down my reasoning because, frankly, it makes sense. In most top 10 lists, you're going to have MJ, LeBron. Those are your two locks at 1 and 2, no matter what the order is. But after that, the list gets pretty shaky. Kareem and Shaq are definitely somewhere in the top 10, with Kobe also somewhere there, probably above Shaq but below Kareem. Hakeem might be in there depending on how you rate him. Kevin Durant and Tim Duncan might be there. Larry Bird, Wilt. Basically, it's a toss up between fans. There is no subjective or my bad, objective top 10 players in NBA history. I mean, some people might try to argue that, old heads like Jerry West might be some of the best players in NBA history. There are people that argue that Dirk is a top 10 player in NBA history. Some people, John Havlicek, Giannis, he's definitely not there yet. That's not up for debate, but he might be one day. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, legends like that. But in these discussions, Steph Curry is often left out. And I ask myself, why is that? Why, after reading all of these posts, is Steph Curry not on there? I mean, he's definitely good enough, and he has the accolades to be up there. So why isn't he there? Well, I couldn't come to the reason exactly, but I have a pretty decent idea. First off, in the entire top 10 of basically everyone else, there are no point guards. And by that, I mean not traditional point guards, not people like Magic Johnson, not. Okay, Magic Johnson is the only point guard that is in basically every top 10 list. But Steph Curry, he's also a point guard, but he's only 6'2". Magic was 6'7", for those of you that don't remember. He was a big guy, and nowadays it would be more justified to classify him as a power forward. So is there just a bias against point guards? And I started thinking, why is there a bias against point guards? Is it because their game is less fun to watch? Well, obviously not. Everyone loves the point guard. The point guard is the focal point of the offense. Oh, that's right. They're small. They get injured often. Most point guards never reach the height that Steph Curry has. And, of course, it's harder to rack up stats when you're that small. So Steph Curry has everything he needs in order to be a top 10 player of all time, but no one will rate him that high. So, you know what? I will rate him that high. I think that Steph Curry is the fifth best player in NBA history. After LeBron, MJ, Kareem, and Shaq, you have Steph Curry. Maybe ahead of Shaq. I would probably put him ahead of Shaq, but he's definitely, and this will stir up a bit of controversy, Steph Curry is a better player than Kobe Bryant all time. Now, here's why. While Kobe did win 5 NBA championships, one more than Curry, and had one more finals MVP than Curry, he also had one less MVP award and a few less All Star Games awards. Additionally, he made the All NBA first team a few more times than Curry, but Curry isn't retired. He still has plenty of time left. One of the main arguments that you could give for Kobe is that his defense was much, much, much better than Steph Curry's, and better than Steph Curry's ever will be. But as I said earlier, he's just a bigger player. everyone in the top, everyone that I mentioned, LeBron 6'9", 6'8", Kareem, I mean the guy was like 7'2", wasn't he? And then Michael Jordan, of course, he was 6'6". They're all much bigger than Curry with bigger wingspans, and honestly, yes, while Kobe does have a lot more achievements than Steph, Steph has changed the game like no one else ever has. Steph Curry is one of the main reasons that the NBA is still as popular as it is and why the NBA acts as it is. Because before Steph, three-pointers weren't that popular. They never would have gone that popular if people never realized that they could be shot so well at such a high volume and such a high efficiency. I mean, Steph has he has done everything you want him to do in NBA history. He has changed the game. No one else has ever changed the game like he has. I mean, look at people like Michael Jordan. How did he change the game? He didn't really change it. He was just the best in his time. LeBron, did he change the game? No. He was just the greatest player to ever exist. Did Kobe change the game? I think that Kobe actually has more of an argument than anyone else I've mentioned beforehand that he changed the game, but at the same time, not as much as Steph. I mean, you call out Kobe every single time that you shoot a shot, but every single time that you shoot a three, that's literally because of Steph. Without Steph Curry, the three-point shot is still underutilized because in Steph's playing career, the average amount of three-point attempts from an NBA team has gone up by 15 per game. That's right, 15 per game. Players are literally passed on drafts. Like, take for example Zach Edey, who fell so far in this year's draft just because he can't shoot threes. Shooting threes is an essential part of NBA, and you know what? It didn't it wasn't even a popular thing before Steph came along. And I think that's the strongest argument that can be made for Steph. Now, yes, you can throw in a few Olympic medals, you can throw in all his MVPs, you can throw in the fact that he was the best player on a team with Kevin Durant. The guy just has so many accolades that I don't even know what to say. He is just the fourth best player in NBA history. I mean, that's my take. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.